Hey there, so I'm going to do a video on inequalities and inequality word problems, and I'm just going to quickly go through this real quick, and I'm going to hope that my daughter ignores me while I am doing this video, because that would be useful. So hopefully she recognizes I'm doing a video and is not going to be talking to me during it. All right, so it says during the winter I ride my bike on a trainer and on rollers. I ride on the trainer for 30 minutes every time. Every time I go on the trainer, it's for 30 minutes. I ride on the roller for 20 minutes. I only ride the rollers twice a week, so that's important here. I only ride on the rollers twice a week, but when I do, I ride on the rollers for 20 minutes, all right? I could probably use a highlighter, probably make more sense. All right. In total, I want to ride for at least 180 minutes per week. Show all the possible number of times I can ride on the trainer to meet my goal. So, what I've done here is this. I'm actually going to work backwards. Since I know I need 180 minutes, I'm going to put that as my total. And that says the minimum. This is the minimum amount I want to ride. Now, because of that, I can ride more than 180 minutes. I can actually ride 180 minutes, so it has to be greater than or equal to. All right, and the key word here was at least. You might be wondering where this 40 came from. Well, it's because I always ride twice a week on the rollers, and that's 20 minutes a time. So I ride for 40 minutes every week, regardless of how many times I ride on the trainer. Now, I don't know how many times I am going to ride on the trainer, so I call that x. That's my variable. And then the 30 comes because that is the number of minutes I'm going to ride on the trainer. So if I ride on the trainer once, it'll be 30 times 1, which is 30. If I ride on the trainer twice, it'd be 30 times 2, which is 60. So now I want to see how many times do I actually need to ride on the trainer to meet my goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 40 from both sides. If you want, you can box the variable. So now I get 30x is greater than or equal to 108. My fault. 140. And then I'm going to divide by 30. And when I divide by 30, I get x is greater than or equal to 14 thirds. I don't have my calculator on me, but that's okay because I know that that's going to be 4 2/3. Oh, yeah. What just happened there? 4 2/3. So, x is 4 2/3. And if you're going to draw a graph, just put down whatever number you need in the middle. And then you can put some numbers on the side. So I'm going to put down 5, 6. I'm going to put down 4, a little bit further away than 5, 3, and 2. Now, when I graph this, because it's greater than or equal to, right, it's going to have a closed circle. It's going to have a closed circle, and it's going to go this way. Now, what this means is I have to ride at least 4 2/3 times a week. Mathematically, this is correct, but it doesn't logically make sense. So what I am going to say is, just because we did the mathematics right, doesn't necessarily mean that the answer is going to be logically sound, all right? So really, my answer should be 5 or more times. The number of times I ride should be 5 or more. In math class, sometimes you get questions that don't work out the way you would like them to. So here is the first example. It says, I'm going to do some highlighting. I can carry at most, in the elevator, I can carry at most 1,200 pounds. So that seems pretty important. I'm moving carts of books. Yeah, excuse me. Moving books of carts. Say that again. Carts of books. Each cart weighs 125 pounds. I weigh 150 pounds. Now, remember, when you go into an elevator, you have to get in there yourself. And then it says, determine all the possible number of carts that I can move. All right? So, I like working from the back. So, maybe I also like working in orange. So, let's start from the back. I'm in an elevator and it can carry at most 1,200 pounds. So, that's my max weight. because it's at most, that means I can carry 1,200, but I can't carry any more. So my answer is going to have to be less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. All right. So the constant is what's always going to be there. Well, I always have to be there. And how much do I weigh? I weigh 150 pounds. That's always going to happen, no matter what. No matter how many carts of books I take on, my weight is always going to be in the elevator with me because it has to be. The variable, I'm going to call it C because it represents the number of carts. And for those of you who thinks that this symbol means hashtag, I know it's hot, thank you. It means number. It's actually called a pound sign. And now my coefficient is going to be 125. And we know that because of this. Each cart weighs. This word each is super important. So that is the weight of each cart. Now, the words you should be looking for here are each, every, per, right? So now I have my inequality. 125C plus 150 has to be less than or equal to 1,200. Now, as always, I'm going to box my variable. I'm going to add the opposites. And I get 125C is going to be less than or equal to 1,050. And now I had to divide by the coefficient, which is 125. 125. So the number of carts is going to be less than something like 7.4, I believe. Oh gosh, why did I not? Oh, hold on. I might actually have my calculator right with me. I do have my calculator with me. Hurrah. So 1,050 divided by 125 gives, 8.4. Oh, I'm glad I checked. 8.4. So once again, I'm going to put down C. I'm going to put down 8.4. I'll put down 9, 10, 11, 8, 7, 6. It's going to be a closed circle because it can be 8.4 and it has to go down less. Now, the thing is, once again, this answer doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I'm not going to have 8 4/10 of a cart. But what that does mean is I can only take up to 8 carts. I can take 7, I can take 6, I can't take more. And this isn't a rounding issue, I want to point out. Even if it was 8.8, if it was 8.8, which it's not, but if it was 8.8, I wouldn't round it to 9 because this is an inequality. And the reality is we never reach 9, so therefore it's not going to be 9. It'll have to be everything less than that number. And that number, if it's not 9, is going to be down to 8. All right. Now, this question here, it says, a bicycle wheel needs 32 spokes. That sounds like it's probably pretty important. I have 24 spokes right now. I need to build 10 wheels. Well, I'm not sure if that's going to be important, but I'll highlight it all the same. When you order spokes, you have to get them in packages of 40. All right, so they come in packages of 40. I want to have at least, there is a keyword. I want to have at least enough to build 10 wheels, but I don't mind having extra. Okay. What are all the possible number of spokes I could order? So let's see, what are all the possible number of spokes I could order? So once again, let's start from the back. How many spokes do I need? Well, it says I need to build 10 wheels, but a bicycle wheel needs 32 spokes. So I need to do 32 times 10, which is 320. It says I want to have at least, which means because we have the word at least, it's going to be greater than or equal to. I don't mind having extra spokes, but if I don't have 320, I can't build the 10 wheels. The constant, what do I already have? I already have 24 spokes. I have these already. All right, now what's my variable? Well, let's see. It says they come in packages of 40. My spokes come in packages of 40. So I'm going to call it P. And P represents the number of packages. Well, how many comes in every package or in each package? The answer is 40. No, that's not true. Yes, that is true. 40. 40 per pack. So that's how you know that word per or each or every. So once again, here it is. We have 40p plus 24 has to be greater than or equal to 320. So once again, I'm going to box my variable term, add the opposite. I get 40p is greater than or equal to 296. Now I don't want 40p, I want 1p, so I'm going to divide by 40. Divide by 40, that gives me p is greater than or equal to, and let's see, 296 divided by 40, 7.4. Oh, that's where I got 7.4 from. So when I do this, I'm going to call this variable p, 7.4. This will be 8, 9, 10. This will be 7, 6, 5. Put my circle on the 7.4 and color it in. Now, it has to go to the right because I can't order, because I can order extra spokes. Once again, the number of spokes I have to actually order, number of packages of spokes, would actually start with 8. But mathematically, your answer is the packages have to be greater than or equal to 7.4. We know that's a little bit of a falsehood because you can't order 7.4 packs. All right, so here we go. Last one. This summer, I plan on racing my bike. Okay. I saved up $500 for the races. That's a lot of money. So, it costs $30 to enter a race. All right. Oh, I hope my wife's not listening. I know that I'll need supplies. So I put aside $170. All right. So from that $500, I'm putting aside $170 to pay for supplies. And the question says, how many races could I participate in? So let's see. Once again, I'm going to work from the back. How much money do I have? I have $500. That's my total. Oh, that's kind of funny. Total to spend. Ooh. Now, I can spend less than that. And I can spend $700. What am I saying? Less than or equal to. I could spend $500 or less. Now, I have to put $170 to the side for my supplies, right? Now, what am I doing? I'm entering races. How many races am I entering? I don't know. So R equals the number of races. 30 is how much the cost of each race. So, once again, here we go. It's going to be 30R plus 170 is less than or equal to 500. Once again, I'm going to box the variable, add the opposite, bring this down, 30R, 170 minus 170 is gone. That's going to be 400, 330. I'm going to divide by 30, and I get R is less than or equal to 11. Thank goodness, I finally have a number that makes sense. So remember, R represents the number of races I'm going to do. I can do 11 races. I can do all 11. I'll be extremely tired, but I can. I'll also be broke. Or I could do fewer than that. And that's it. That is everything. I hope this is useful. Take care.